Hello everyone, I'm Anthony Polidano and welcome to another edition of Sports Timeout. Today we come to you from Stevenson High School as we're kind of checking out Title Week here on SHTV. Plenty of area teams making runs at league titles. We start out in softball where Stevenson has had a great run under Coach Julie Swessinger. They've actually won 4 district titles in Swessinger's tenure at the helm, but no MAC Red titles to their credit. Would this be the year? Well, we start out with the Titans facing off against a surprise team in the MAC Red in Utica. So out to Utica we go. Chieftains hoping to get some revenge against Stevenson, losing to them earlier in the year at Stevenson. Pick up the action bottom of the second. 2 on for Becky Dyer, and the pitcher helps out her own cause. Sophomore with a double deep to left. 2 runs come around to score, including Kayla DeWitt. And the Chieftains were up 2-0. On to the top of the third, though. Titans bounce back. Marissa Borkowski with the bunt. Lauren Heisted picks it up, and it gets by the first baseman. That allows a run to come in to score as Carol Bonk cuts the lead in half, down to 2-1. Base is loaded now for Ashley Coffin later in the inning. And Coffin takes this Dyer offering deep to left center field. And folks, that is a grand slam. Stevenson up 5-2 in the third. Stevenson just did not want to go back to the bench in the third inning. Still in the third off of Dyer. It's Morgan Gregorich going to the opposite field. That scores Mackenzie Jones. Gregorich motors around and slides into third with a triple. Stevenson 6 in the frame to go up 6-2. And Jessie Plague takes it from there. Titans didn't field too well behind her in this one, but she did enough on her own, striking out Alicia Bearfield and then getting Danielle Trigger here to end the game. Plague gives up 4 runs, but just 1 earned as she goes the distance, striking out 8. Titans take it 6-4. Coffin added a single to that grand slam. Becky Churai had 2 hits for Utica. Dyer wound up going the distance, giving up 6 earned, walking 1, and striking out 6. All right, as we move along, Stevenson trying to keep their MAC Red hopes alive. 1 game behind division leader Dakota as they travel north to face the Cougars in a rematch of a team they lost to earlier this year. Remember the days when Dakota was the doormat of the MAC Red division? Everyone else is punching bag. Well, those days are gone and over with. Renee Zaccani was around for some of those rough days. Better days ahead, though, for the Cougars. Pick up the action top of the first. Zaccani in trouble. Titans load the bases with 1 out, but they get a pop-up, does Zaccani, and then they get freshman Shelby Spano to bounce out to second. Zaccani and company out of the jam, scoreless through a half inning. Bottom of the first now, Cougars with a threat of their own. And Marisa Jordan was at the plate with 2 on against Jessie Plague. And Jordan jacks this one deep to left field, off the wall. That allows 2 runners to come in to score, and Dakota takes the early 2-0 lead. Cougars looking to tack on more runs early on. Lindsey Bryson at the plate. She bunts this Plague pitch, but look at Marissa Barkowski there. Pick it up and gun her out at first. Nice play by the Titan catcher. Arguably the best defensive catcher in the MAC. Top of the third now. Borkowski also pretty good with the bat. Leading off for Stevenson. She takes this one deep to right field. Off the wall, but Borkowski runs well. Hustling all the way. Throw goes off of her, and she would wind up at third with a leadoff triple. 2 hitters later, it's Ashley Coffin at the plate, and Coffin lays down a bunt. It doesn't go anywhere, but it's effective because the first baseman can't find the handle on it. Her throw home is late. Borkowski scores, cuts the lead in half at 2-1. Bottom of the third, Cougars answer right back. Caitlin Downey blisters that Plague offering. Jacqueline Crummy comes around to score. The Cougar bench was up and excited. They guaranteed me a win before this game. and they did just that. Zakani, excellent in the circle. Here she strikes out Erica Murray. Just 3 hits allowed by Zakani. Stevenson, one last chance for them. It was a clean game. No errors on either side, and finishing it off here, Karabonk pops out to the Cougar catcher, and Dakota guarantees at least a share of the MAC Red title as they defeat the Titans 4-1. Zakani goes the distance, walking just 1. Only 2 strikeouts, though. Jordan with 2 doubles and 2 runs driven in the win. Borkowski led Stevenson with 2 hits. Play gets the loss as the Titans fall to 23-7. So Stevenson would try to keep their slim MAC Red co-champion hopes alive as they were at home taking on Eisenhower, a team they had previously mercied this year. Titans a game and a half back of the Cougars entering play in this one. Bottom of the second, 2 on for Ashley Clays. She takes this Andrea Cruz pitch right back up through the middle. That allows a run to come in to score. Titans were up 2-0. Sticking in the bottom of the second. This time it's Marissa Masakowski. Shows bunt. She pulls back and slaps it up the middle. Clays comes in to score, and the Titans were up 4-0. Plague dominant in the circle. 10 innings against Ike this year, just 2 hits allowed. She struck out 5. Snow up against Ashley Coffin in the 4th, and Coffin takes her deep and out. No grand slam this time, but it's a solo jack. 1 of 4 hits on the day for her. Stevenson in command, up 6-0. Titans continue their onslaught in the bottom of the 4th. Later on, it's Erica Murray stepping up, and Murray rips this one to left, over the left fielder's head, all the way to the wall. Karabonk motors around to score. 7-0 Titans up, and they go on to mercy Eisenhower for the second time this year, 10-0. They get their 24th win of the season, a perfect day for Ashley Coffin. 2 runs scored and a steal. Plague struck out 5. Borkowski and Clays had 2 hits apiece. Now, it's been a very long time since anyone was able to utter the words winning season, Sterling Heights softball, or league title in the same sentence. But the Stallions had an opportunity to clinch both a winning season and a league title in the same year in one game as they went on the road to Fitzgerald to try and wrap up the MAC Silver and their first winning season in over a decade. Christina Harland in just her first year at the helm as the Stallions poised on the doorsteps of a little history at the school in the first. Ashley Lapicola going to left here. This RBI single allows Tiffany Gordon to come in to score, and the Stallions take an early 1-0 lead. Then Jenna Sumter later in the first, RBI single to left, allows Diamond Johnson to come in to score. Nice slide there, even though it wasn't necessary. 2-0. Sterling Heights on top. Ashley Lapicola, pretty much a wild thing for the Stallions this year. Lots of walks and lots of strikeouts. Today, no different. She was on early on, striking out Rochelle Stowinski and Brittany Jackson early as the Stallions gained control of this one. Top of the second now. Sterling Heights up 3-1. Bases loaded for Gordon. She already had 1 hit, and she's got another one. This is deep, and it is not playable. Grand slam of her own to right field. The big shot by Gordon puts the Stallions up 7-1 on the Fitzgerald Spartans, and her whole team waiting for it at the plate. They could not be happier, but Sterling Heights was not going to rest on those 7 runs. They kept tacking them on. Top of the third now, Lapicola back at the plate. Again, she helps her own cause. 2-run single to left. Gordon comes in to score after another base hit got her on. It's 11-2. Then new pitcher in for the Spartans. Same result. Fournier takes this one to right field. 2 more runs come in to score. 14-2. Stallions go up 15-2 in this one. Looked like it was going to be a mercy, but the Spartans come back. Don't forget, Fitzgerald won the first meeting between these two schools this year. Mallory Hermans here with the 2-run single. Collision at the plate, runner safe. Fitzgerald cuts it down to a 15-7 game, but they would get no closer. Lapicola was great early, struggled in the middle, and then was great at the end. Striking out the side here in the 5th, and then getting Liam Marcatulio whiffing. 11 strikeouts on the day for LaPicola. True to form, she also walked 13, but the Stallions pound Fitzgerald and earn at least a share of the MAC Silver title, 22-7. Gordon 4 for 5, 4 runs scored, a homer and 5 ribbies. LaPicola 3 for 4 at the plate with 4 driven in. And she only allowed 1 earned run of those 7 runs. Johnson was 2 for 4 for Sterling Heights with 3 runs and 2 ribbies as well, as the Stallions lock up a winning season. And here are your final standings in the MAC Red. Titans come up in second place in the division. Surprising third place finish for the Chieftains. They had a nice year. Eisenhower finishes at 2-10. Last in the MAC Red. Over to the MAC White we go. Ford had a very nice regular season under Coach Jerry Anderson as they finished 20-10, middle of the pack in the White. And how about Sterling Heights? There you see it. The Stallions atop the MAC Silver. Well, congratulations to the Stallions on winning their first title of any kind since 1985. It's been a long time coming. Well, we're up against a break here on Sports Timeout. When we return, we'll focus in on the baseball and soccer finales of the regular season.
Salam.
Jam.
Salam. Ewa.
Ride. Apa ya Pak?
Mir. Shanti. Ngiap sangyok di.
We all want the same thing.
Peace.
And Rotary clubs
Sola.
are making it happen.
Lucky. Chum.
Through international scholarships for young people to promote peace and understanding
La Fei.
around the world.
Señales de high.
Rotary. Humanity in motion.
Want to know how the Sterling Heights Police, Fire, and Public Works Department utilize your tax dollars? Then watch Sterling Heights at your service every day at 8:30 a.m. and 6:30 p.m.
High school sports are defined in a different way than all other levels of sports. They're defined by the opportunity for all students, not elite athletes, to complement their classroom education at the end of the day. The organization of the games and what they stand for, educational tools to reach and motivate boys and girls, tools which teach lifetime values like hard work, teamwork, leadership, and sportsmanship, are a collective effort of school boards, school administrators, coaches, and officials. The Michigan High School Athletic Association is an organization which assists schools in the day-to-day administration of athletics, directed by the input of schools. It serves as an advocate for school sports, protecting its wholesome amateur nature. It's not a nameless, faceless organization. The names on the school uniforms and faces of our kids and coaches are the MHSAA. They represent what educational athletics are all about.
Sterling Heights has 3 drop-off recycling centers. One at the Department of Public Works on 18 Mile, a second on 15 Mile near Baumgardner Park, and a third on Clinton River Road across from Gainsley Drive. Just recycle it.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Sports Timeout. We're out at Stevenson High School covering the regular season finale in baseball, softball, and girls soccer. We go to baseball now where the Titans were just rolling along this season, beating up everything that got in their way. Unfortunately, an injury got in their way, and it was a big one. Michael Wood went out for the year with a broken arm. Stevenson would try to rebound, though, and maintain their lead and win the MAC Red. We start out with the Titans in that game where they lost Michael Wood. A shell-shock Titans taking on Utica. Pick up the action. Bottom of 5, runner on second for Brian Mazurek, and he takes Jack Woodberg down the line in left. That allows A.J. Johnson to come around and score. 5-0 Utica in command, and that was more than enough runs for Ben Orr to work with on this day. One of the Orr brothers, either Orr Ben, was good today. This time Ben striking out Ryan Battaglia and then getting Jason Fracassa swinging here in the 7th. And then Orr, a little help getting the shutout here. Jack Woodberg at the plate in the 7th. Brian Mazurek, we want you on that wall. We need you on that wall. Great catch by Mazurek to end the game and preserve the 5-0 shutout, the gem of Utica's so-so season. 5-zip the score, or goes the distance, gives up 4 hits, strikes out 3 for the shutout. Couchman and Pliska, 3 hits apiece for the Chieftains. Couchman had a pair of ribbies. Aliff had 2 hits for the Titans. So Stevenson trying to get things headed back in the right direction against Eisenhower, and their ace, Brian Valenti, throws in the mid to high 80s, and early on, Dave Grab swinging at the high fastball. No chance to get that one. Steve Pistono, though, pitching pretty well for Stevenson, striking out Kirk Danderand right there. Pistono beat the Eagles earlier this year. Then Valenti picks off an napping Trey LaRock at first, although it looked like LaRock probably got in there safely. Top of the third, Titans break the scoreless action. Dave Andrusick opposite field with the bases loaded. 2 runs come in to score, including Joe Fleming. Titans up 2-zip. Bottom of the third now, Ike loads him up with 2 out. Brett Cotton at the plate, Pistono on the hill, and Pistono gets the comebacker, goes home to Andrusick. Andrusick, nice turn by the catcher for the double play. Coach Emanuel will be proud of that one. Stevenson still up 2-1. Top of the fourth, Titans get some insurance runs. Trey LaRock picking up the slack with Michael Wood not in there. RBI single to right scores Jason Fracassa. 3-0, Stevenson up. It would stay 3 runs for the Titans because Valenti getting some great defense behind him. Colton Slank in a foul territory. Guns out for Casa there to keep the Titans at 3, but didn't matter because Joe Pistono wasn't giving up much of anything on this day. For Steve Pistono, Joe Pistono, the older brother that played for Utica, Pistono goes the distance, gives up 7 hits, 1 earned run, walks 2 and strikes out 6 to get the win. Valenti pitched pretty well in the losing effort, giving up just 3 earned in 7 innings, as the Titans would then move on to face the Dakota Cougars in a rematch of a game Stevenson won dramatically earlier this year. Pistono gave up 4 runs in that one, but he was even better this one. Gets the bounce out back up the middle from Rodney Hush, keeping the Cougars off the board. Then Brian Marlinga facing Jared Beesbrook, and Beesbrook with the grounder to Hush. He beats it out. Beesbrook hustling all the way. Emmanuel applauding the effort by the Titans in this one, and why not? Everything was going right for Stevenson. They broke out the bats here. LaRock with a shot up the line. That allows Beesbrook to come in to score. Jared hustling all the way into the dugout. Stevenson can laugh about this one because it turned out to be a laugher. It was supposed to be a big showdown. All Titans all the time. They dominate. Win this one 9-0. Pistono goes the distance, getting the shutout, improving to 5-1 on the season as Stevenson wins the MAC Red. Pistono pitches a gem, 6 hits, 2 walks, 6 Ks. Andrusick had 3 hits, including 2 doubles and a run driven in. LaRock and Fleming each with 2 hits apiece, and both of them with 2 runs driven in. And there you have it. Stevenson atop the MAC Red standings, their best overall record since they won the state title back in 2005. Utica, Ike, and Ford on the bottom in the red. Over in the gold, another tough year for Sterling Heights. They finished last in the division. Bobby Lindsay's team was just 3-9 in the gold this year. Well, congratulations to the Titans on a well-deserved MAC Red title in baseball. Now, if Stevenson had a good year in baseball, then Eisenhower had an absolutely brilliant year in girls soccer. They were dominating everyone, giving up just 4 goals the entire season. Mernad Nakugar was leading the charge, and one of their players, senior Shelly Rogers, was also leading the way. Ironically, we start off our soccer coverage with Shelly facing off against her older sister as Henry Ford II, Stacy Rogers, faced her old team. Eisenhower continuing their victory lap through the MAC Red. It was always a victory lap for them. Pick up the action in the first half against Ford. Ford, thinking Alyssa Talang was offsides, goes to reset the ball for a restart, and Talang was not whistled for offsides. Talang says, thank you very much. She beats the freshman goalie Bowers and gets the goal. Not that Talang needed any help, but the unusual goal puts Eisenhower up 1-0. Eisenhower attacking more on in the first half. This time it's freshman Megan Marzak. So much made of Ford's freshman Taylor Niewhite this year. Eisenhower is a pretty special frosh, and Marzak here, she beats Bowers, another freshman, with the laser shot into the back of the net. Eisenhower up 2-0. Talang back at it again, still in the first half. This time, her and Stacy Rogers hooking up, little give and go. Talang looking for the cross here, and it goes off of Madison Forsythe into the net. Eisenhower with a 3-0 lead at the intermission. Now, Talang had 3 goals in this match, and all of them came in rather unique fashion. This time, Chelsea Borowski goes to get the save. It bounces off of her. Talang fouls it up and beats her. 3rd goal of the night for Talang. Now, Eisenhower would throw the shutout in this one behind Joanna Hind. Hind, 5 saves on the night, her most active night of the year up to that point, keeping the Falcons off the board. Eisenhower just so many weapons. Here, Nicole Vick over to Rebecca Holsteggy to put the Eagles up 5-0 on the Falcons, and they weren't done yet. Former Falcons, Stefana Soralo to Marzak, her 2nd goal of the night, and Eisenhower wins this one in a romp. Your final score, 6-0. Eagles 11-0-1 on the season after the win. Talang gets the hat trick. Marzak with 2 goals. Hind with 5 saves as Eisenhower beats the Falcons. But we stay out at Swinehart Field for the Falcons game against the Titans. Titans raining on Ford's parade in this one. Danielle Lippa to Vanessa Atanasowski. She beats the Falcon goalie. Titans go up 2-0 in the first half, and it would stay that way the rest of the way. Ford never really challenged the Titan goalies there. Alex Kuzno with the save as she stops that Katie Sheff shot. Titans win it 2-0. Jessica Lesperance had the other Stevenson goal. Chelsea Priest and Alex Kuzno, 7 saves apiece. 7 saves in each half as the Titans beat Ford. Moving on, Ford and Ike going at it for the 2nd time this year, and Shelly Rogers having some fun with her sister, and Eisenhower having some fun with Ford as Alyssa Talang beats the Falcon goalie. 1-0 Eisenhower at the intermission, and as if the hug wasn't enough, Shelly Rogers gets some bragging rights here at home as she beats the Ford goalie in the second half, and Eisenhower goes on for the easy 2-0 victory. Ford played better in this one, but it's still their 5th straight defeat as Eisenhower goes 16-0-1 with the win. Hind had 11 saves, her busiest night of the year, and shutout and goal for the Eagles. There it is, as we said, Eisenhower perfect in the red division this year. Stevenson lost only 2 games all season, both of them 4-0 to Ike. Ford comes up on the bottom in their first year under Coach Stacy Rogers. Sticking with girls soccer, it's been a few years since the Stallions have had any success in the MAC Blue, but that has changed this year thanks in part to 9 freshmen up on the varsity squad. Now heading into Sterling Heights' final game of the season, the Stallions still held out hopes for a share of the MAC Blue title. Now what they needed was a Lakeview loss and a win themselves over Warren Woods Tower, and Sterling Heights would be MAC Blue co-champs. So the Stallions trying to do their part to get the MAC Blue title. Aaron Roy taking over for Steve Fiordalisi, who could not be at the game, and his team was responding. Here, Amy Shapansky in the first half, over to Alex Clues off the pass from Lauren Destilio, back to Samantha Hilliard, and Hilliard with the big shot from a long ways out. It's a goal. Sterling Heights up 3-0. More Sterling Heights in the first half. They were brilliant offensively in the first half. Here, Destilio gonna load up and fire a wicked shot. Goes off the crossbar, off the goalie, and then Kelsey Young cleans up what's left. She puts it in the goal. Stallions go up 4-0. They would hang on to win by the final score of 4-2. Sterling Heights, look at that record. 11-5-3 this year. Great progress with the 9 freshmen. One of those freshmen, Young, had 2 goals in the game. Hillard had the other. Shapansky had the other, as the Stallions looking good this year. And your final MAC Blue standings would show Sterling Heights coming up just a little bit short in their quest for a blue title. 7-1-2 in the division. Their only loss to the first place Huskies of Lakeview. Well, we hope you enjoyed this edition of Sports Timeout. Coming up over the summer, we're going to have shows that feature the track postseason, including the county meet, the girls soccer playoffs, girls softball playoffs, and of course, the baseball playoffs as well. So you want to stay tuned for those shows. But in the meantime, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Oh,